Diablo, Diablo, Diablo.
Diablo, 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 Diablo. Yeah, that happened. Hello everyone, hope you're all having a wonderful day, and today guys I'm going to be showing you how to target farm any legendary aspect that you need. Because maybe you've gone and yeeted all your old legendary aspects thinking that you weren't going to need them. Now you're changing your build and you're like, I don't have those aspects anymore. This is going to be a guide on how you can actually target farm for any of those aspects that you may be missing for your build. Now to do that, we need to break down what aspect goes on what bit of gear, because not every bit of gear can have every aspect. If you're trying to farm for resource or mobility, you may be rolling on the completely wrong bit of gear, which isn't going to help you when you're trying to target farm something. So I'm just going to simplify all this, and I'm only going to give you the bits of gear that you need to be farming to get the certain aspects that you need. So if you're looking for any defensive aspects, the best place to get them is to roll pants. So next up we have the offensive aspect. Now your best bet to get an offensive aspect is a one-hander or a two-hander weapon, because these weapons will only spawn with offensive aspects. They can't get anything else, so it is the best way to target farm for those offensive aspects. Now obviously you're going to want to go for the one-hander weapon because it's going to be a lot cheaper for you in the long run. If you want any of the resource aspects, you're going to want to roll on rings, but there's an issue there. Rings also has the offensive aspects on it as well. Rings is the only way you can get resource aspects if you're trying to target farm for them. So it does make it very difficult. You are going to have to try and roll through all the offensive aspects, but still resource only spawns on ring, I'm pretty sure. So you are going to, if you do want the resource aspect, you are going to want to target farm the rings. Now, if you want the utility or the mobility aspects, you're going to want to go boots. And the reason for that is boots can only spawn with the mobility and the utility aspects, so that makes that a hell of a lot easier. Now another tip, especially if you are using murmuring ovals to try and target farm any specific aspects that you're looking for, is that as you can see here, this dagger has the sacred glow on it and this sword does not. If you look over to where the dagger is, it says requires level 63. That means you're going to get level 63 bits of gear. And then if you look on the sword, it says level 42. So you're not going to want to be spending your 50 points here. If you are trying to target farm an offensive aspect, you definitely want to spend your 50 ovals on this dagger because you're going to get much better quality gear than this one. Now these do refresh, I'm pretty sure. So you could go out and farm all of the side dungeons to get all of those aspects. But just remember that any aspect that comes out of the Codex Book of Power will never be as strong as the pure legendary form. Like when you actually get the legendary with the aspect on it, that will always be stronger than what you get from the Codex Book of Power. So yes, the Codex is good to get you started, but when you start pushing into endgame, you really want to try and farm that aspect already on a legendary because it's going to be way stronger. Now that we know what aspects come from which bits of gear, we can use that bit of information with every piece of content inside of Diablo. Now, of course, the best bit of content to target farm legendary aspects, I bet this is no surprise to anybody, is the Helltide Zone. Now, there's two reasons why the Helltide Zones are so good for target farming legendary aspects. One of them being any monster that you kill in the Helltide Zone drops cinders, and you can use these cinders on any of the mysterious chests to target farm bits of gear. So if you really want boots, you would need to find a chest of protection, and then you need to go through a couple of them until you actually find the one that gives you boots. The second reason why Helltide Zones are so good is there are loads of events that spawn within the Helltide region. And the easiest way to pinpoint where these events are is you kind of need to look for massive open areas on the map and just go there, and it's going to be a high chance that there's going to be an event there. They need space to be able to spawn in. So I'm pretty sure once you finish one event and you go to the next event, that first one that you did should respawn once you finish the second one. I could be wrong with that, but that's all I do. I pretty much run back and forth between events or the events that I found, and that is just a really good way to farm murmuring ovals. Again, a lot of people do this, so you might have a bit of competition. You might run back to the event and it's already cleared out, or you might get lucky and you'll always keep going to events that people are finishing, and you'll still get the chest and the Murmuring Opals. But of course, the Helltide zone's only up for an hour, then it's down for an hour. So what do you do then? The obvious option is to go farm Nightmare Dungeons. Now, if you guys did not know, it was recently announced by one of the lead directors on Twitter that Nightmare Dungeons have a much higher chance to drop sacred and ancestral bits of gear than outside of the Nightmare Dungeon. This is a massive bit of information to actually have. So if you're really like looking for more sacred and ancestral gear, it seems like the best place to go is Nightmare Dungeons. But maybe you're over Nightmare Dungeons. Maybe you're sick of doing them and you wish there was something else to do. Well, Tree of Whispers, well, it is still RNG at play. You can still target farm certain aspects with the Tree of Whispers. Once you get your 10 Grims of Favor and you go and speak to the tree again to get your reward, you will get 3 options of stuff to choose from. Now again, like I said, it is still RNG. You do have a chance to get a legendary cache as well from the True Whispers. I personally haven't got one, but nearly everyone else I spoke to has. But you will get 3 options, whether it be boots, gauntlets, a one-hander, like two-hander, helm, chest. You will get to specifically choose what you want as your reward from the Tree of Whispers. It's obviously not the best farming method, but if you're overdoing Nightmare Dungeons, Helltides are down, the Tree of Whispers still ain't bad to go and actually try and get certain bits of aspect that you're still looking for. So basically the summary is just farm the shit out of Helltides. If Helltide's down, do Nightmare Dungeons. If you're sick of doing Nightmare Dungeons, go to the Tree of Whispers. And if you're really sick of doing all that, do some side quests. Some side quests still give you Murmuring Opals out of the reward chest that you get for completing the side quest. I don't know. Hopefully this video does help you in trying to target farm those missing aspects that you might be needing for a build, or maybe because you might have accidentally yeeted them and now you need them back. Appreciate all the love and support as always, guys, and until next time, stay safe, peace out.